Dr. Scott Niblo, Norfolk Chiropractic Center. Today's topic is motor vehicle accidents. So anybody in the healthcare arena would see people with accidents with a variety of complaints. Obviously, when people come into our office, they have spinal complaints or arm or leg complaints that are radiating into their spine. Anytime after a trauma, you must have something done diagnostically to make sure you have not had ligamentous damage. Don't let anybody just say, kind of gloss over your symptoms if you are not comfortable with the way that you are feeling. I've seen many people over the years that never had anything done diagnostically. They thought, oh, I'm sore for a few days, and they go on about their business until a year later they start having symptoms, and then I take an X-ray of them or MRI, what have you, and I say, man, what happened to you? So bottom line with these things is, get evaluated and looked at, that someone who does these types of things knows what they're doing, and you must have something done, diagnostic. Simple diagnostics, X-ray is to rule out, fracture for sure, which is rare. However, ligament issues are very common, and the only way you assess those is to have motion X-rays. So in the spine world, surgeons, people like me, we assess the spine based upon movement or lack thereof with motion X-rays to see if there is any such damage. MRIs, if you have any radiating pain into your arm or leg, you always want to evaluate for disc issues on that. There are many different types of disc issues that can occur, but on an MRI report, and when I read an MRI, what's called a radial tear, which is a tear down the side of a disc, is indicative of trauma. Circumferential tears that happen around the disc are typically from age and are not related to trauma at all. So an MRI can differentiate between a significant injury from this trauma, or something that is not related to the trauma at all. And it's important to know for a variety of reasons. Okay, so bottom line for suggestions when you have unfortunately been involved in one of these incidents is, if you had symptoms that last more than 2 to 3 days, and a headache being a big one, especially if you have a whiplash injury, and you just don't feel right, don't discard it and think, I don't have time for this, I'll be okay. Because everybody heals 4 to 6 weeks. If you dismiss and you have symptoms that perpetuate after 4 to 6 weeks, you have just kind of maybe given yourself a permanent issue or something to deal with on an ongoing basis. So bottom line with this thing is, be evaluated. If you do not feel right, you have lost mobility, range of motion, your sleep is disrupted, and you do not feel that you are yourself 2 to 3 days post-trauma, please see someone who knows what they're doing to evaluate what you may or may not have going on, refer for appropriate diagnostics, and get you to someone who can help you recover, hopefully in a permanent way. Hope that helps.